You are right by asking, simply because reality on the ground is going into a different direction. There is a siege on Gaza. There is a wall around Jerusalem. There is a partition of the city of Hebron into two, H1, H2, Hebron 1, Hebron 2. There is a categorization and partition of the Palestinian territory into area A, area B, area C, and so on. So the Israeli strategy has always been designed to kill every possibility of two-state solution. So what Israel is planting on the ground, the fait accompli that Israel is creating on the ground, has been designed to kill every possibility of a future Palestinian state, including settlements, settlers, encouraging control over water resources, control of exit point, entry point, and so on and so forth. If we miss the opportunity of two states, then where are we heading? We are heading into a one-state reality, but not a one-state solution, which means that Israel will lose its character as democratic as they claim or as Jewish as they claim. And Israel is going to be in the same way that it is today, an apartheid state. We are going into the South Africanization of the Palestinian-Israeli question.
As a Palestinian background, we do support a two-state solution, but unfortunately, the occupation didn't leave a chance for us to have a two-state solution. So the only way is to have a unified state with equal opportunities for all its citizens, regardless to their race, color, or religious background. A secular state where it has the right and justice for everyone, equal opportunities for everyone on it. If we talk about two-state solution, Israel is controlling the water, controlling the land with the expansion of settlements. Like we started with Oslo back in 1993. We have 150,000 settlers. Now, after Oslo, we have nearly 750,000 settlers. So they're grabbing as much land as possible from historic Palestine. And the Palestinians left with 12% from historic Palestine. This is a fundamentalist government, and this government doesn't want to see Palestinian from the river to the sea. They just want them out. It's the worst government in Israeli history.
Until now, no, because we have two states in West Bank. One state, they call it settlement state, geographic continuity between them. So it's impossible to build a Palestinian state or two states. It's impossible, and the capital of Jerusalem will be capital of Palestine. It's impossible. Today we speak about 2023. Israel, they have a big project that what we call it, Jerusalem will be in 2050, to make link between and to make geographic continuity between East and West Jerusalem by building infrastructure like highway, tunnels, and to make link for future, so impossible to divide Jerusalem. Today they have a big project and to send more population and more settlers to the East Jerusalem. In the same time, they want to change the demography inside Jerusalem, and they want to larger Jerusalem and what we call it metropolitan Jerusalem, which will be 10% of West Bank. So Jerusalem for the future, it's completely different than today. Since 1990, there is no plan, only speaking politician, red line, something like. But really on the ground, they have no idea. They have no project. They have nothing. The Palestinian Authority now support Jerusalem $27 million yearly. You know the project from Israel side? Billions of dollars.
They want the two-state solution, but they don't know how. We have to explain to them how can we achieve the goal of creating the Palestinian state. The Palestinian state must be realized on the ground, but we have no forces to implement, the 181, the resolution 181, defined two-state solution. It was in 1947. Now, 75 years, we could not implement this resolution. We ask the international community to press the Israeli to make pressure on the Israeli government to achieve the United Nations resolution to implement the Palestinian state on the 67 borders with Jerusalem, the East Jerusalem as a capital.
I myself support the one-state solution. I think that there is no hope for a two-state solution anymore. It could be a binational state, it could be a federated state, but I think it's important to make sure that all the people feel equal in it. I also believe that there will never be an end to the conflict without the Palestinian refugees' right of return. I don't think all the refugees will come back, but I think they will all want to have the right to come back. And if they want to come back, I don't see how you can implement it in a two-state solution. It could only be implemented in this idea of a democratic state, which is not Jewish or Palestinian. It is a state for all its citizens, like a normal state. It is not possible now for two main reasons. One is that Israel is very powerful, and the Israelis would lose a lot of privileges if they accept the model of one state, and nobody likes to lose their privileges. So I think only if the world would pressure them, and only if they would lose, I hope not, I'm an Israeli, I don't want them to be defeated militarily, but I think at the present Israeli mindset, they want to keep the reality as it is because they benefit from it. In many ways, I think that we are in a third intifada, or third uprising. What historians usually learn is that the third doesn't look like the second, and the second doesn't look like the first. So we don't know exactly how this uprising would look. What we do know is that in the West Bank, 50% of the people are below 18. 50% of these 18 years old and younger people see no prospects for the future. They have nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you're very desperate. And that's what we see in Jenin and in Nablus. The bad thing is that the Israeli reaction to such action is to be more brutal, more ruthless. It's very difficult because of what's happening in the Ukraine to get the world's attention. But I think the world would be mistaken to think that what happens in Palestine stays in Palestine. What happens in Palestine influences the whole Arab world, the whole Muslim world. And so I think this is something I hope that the world has the power to stop Israel. It doesn't want to. I think there's a problem, not only in Palestine, but also in Palestine, of not allowing the young people a fair representation in the leadership. It's changing very slowly, not quickly enough to my mind. And when it will change, you will notice that the young people are not Hamas and not Fatah. They want to build something different. This is their lesson from the years of dissent and disunity. So I think that with time we will see something building up. So I think in the whole Arab world, not only in Palestine, there is a younger generation with different ideas for the future and how to get there.